people? It's your girl Jana, and I'm back today with yet another video. And I am so excited for today's video because we're gonna be taking a look at a bunch of creatures that were accidentally caught on camera. You already know this video is bound to get creepy, so if you guys are ready, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into it.
This video was taken in Akron, Ohio by two teenagers while driving past a cemetery on their work break.
She's getting down there, man.
She is getting down there. Super weird.
A ghoulish, dark figure is surrounded by fresh dirt, as it apparently is digging up something in the cemetery, possibly its next meal. The stunned friends stop to watch it for a while longer before driving off and uploading the video later. They have no idea what it could be, and neither do I. I was also unable to find any news stories of grave disturbances in Akron, further making me believe this may not have happened. Then again, maybe this incident was buried by the local authorities for whatever reason.
Whatever that thing is digging up that dirt in the graveyard, I can absolutely guarantee you that is not human. You can definitely tell by the way that it's moving and digging up the dirt that it's very animalistic. I just feel like a human being would use a shovel or some kind of tool to dig up that much dirt, and this person is just digging it up with their bare hands. It also is possible that they just witnessed someone robbing a grave, in which case that is totally messed up, and I really hope they get caught.
This video was taken in the Sequoia National Forest in Northern California by police trying to bust growers. They left the cameras out in a field to try and catch the grow operators on tape, but they find something much more unexpected instead. A pair of hairy red arms flips the camera over without warning and quickly buries it under a bunch of leaves. Everything from an escaped orangutan to Bigfoot itself has been proposed, though nothing has been confirmed. I have no idea what it is either.
Considering that the camera was left in the middle of the woods, I wouldn't be surprised if it was some sort of animal. The fur of the animal definitely did look like some kind of bear or something. I'm not sure if I'm personally a believer of Bigfoot. Let me know in the comments if you guys are. So to be honest with you, I'm pretty sure this is just a bear.
A car makes its way across an open field when it suddenly stops, waiting for something. Moments later, this creature comes crawling through the tall grass. The video itself does not look like computer-generated special effects, but it could be a person in a costume. Look closely at its back legs and you will see a well-developed heel, meaning that this creature does not normally crawl on all fours. It could be a person dressed in a costume, but then again, maybe it is a humanoid with a damaged foot that is now forced to crawl. The car quickly reverses and gets out of there fast, which is something I definitely would do too. We may never know if this video is a legitimate accidental sighting or staged, but I'd like to hear your best guess.
Just judging from the length of their torso, I find it really hard to believe that this is a human being. It is definitely giving me a weird Slender Man vibe, like if Slender Man got rid of his suit and just decided to crawl on all fours. Also, I am very concerned that this is in the middle of nowhere in the dark. I mean, I can't imagine how terrified I would be in this situation. I know whoever took that video is very happy they got the hell out of there.
Many claim to see a hidden monster in this YouTube video from Australia. Look closely and you'll see what appears to be the top half of a tall furry creature standing among the trees. Some people even claim to see a second similar creature in the bottom right hand corner. Well, I do see what they are talking about. This also looks like it could just be the blackened center of a rotten tree, but I'm just not sure. Let me know what you think this is, and if you believe there is any possibility of this being the legendary Australian Bigfoot.
Considering the fact that you can see that whatever it is not moving, I really do think it is safer to assume that it is some sort of tree or plant or something like that. Let's be real, he is in a forest. There's gonna be so many things in the background of his videos, all sorts of different plants and colors and textures. I mean, I'm sure something is bound to end up looking really creepy in the background. I just feel like if it was Bigfoot, you would see it moving, and it was not moving whatsoever. I mean, listen, you never really know.
Richard Griebnick recorded this creature from inside his home over the summer of 2017. He is on the phone calling a friend named Mike for help while a large, hunched over white humanoid prowls around his backyard. The gargoyle, as Richard describes it, seems to sniff the air from time to time, almost as if it can detect someone's presence nearby. It certainly has the build of a predator, but for some reason it seems hesitant to move forward. If you were wondering why Richard would call his friend instead of the police, I was thinking the same question, but soon it becomes clear that Mike knows how to handle this situation better than anyone.
I definitely had the exact same question. I was like, why are you not calling the freaking police? But I guess sometimes the moral support of a friend is exactly what you need. Me personally though, I would definitely be panicking at this point.
The humanoid creature convulses as Mike unleashes a string of words in an ancient-sounding language I have never heard before. If you recognize what is being said here and can translate, please let me know. After Mike is finished speaking, the creature sulks off into the forest where it came from. The event looks very convincing, but I wish that Richard could have zoomed in a little more so we could have gotten a closer look. If this is real though, then he was probably way too scared to worry about camera work.
So it looks like the friend said some sort of prayer over the phone that made the creature start backing up into the forest, which definitely confirms to me that this thing was not human whatsoever. Also, the way that he started convulsing when they started saying the words was really freaking creepy. And even though he retreated into the woods, I would still be very careful because he could be hiding somewhere in those woods.
A YouTuber named MBJ Reports has a pest in his yard that has been bothering his dogs. So he decides to stick a garden hose down into the ground and flood it out of its den. Now they are waiting with a net to catch the pest and dispose of it if necessary. It isn't long before he sees two glowing eyes appear out of a second hole in the distance. This appears to be no ordinary pest, but rather a monster instead.
It's something. I don't know what that is.
It remains frozen in the beam of the flashlight for a while, hoping that he will leave it alone. Then the creature drops back into the ground below with a shriek. MBJ Report has had enough and decides to pull the creature up by its tail. He pulls back a red hand with a deep cut, which I unfortunately can't show here, and the video ends. I notice that the creature doesn't really move its limbs at all, and possibly looks like a toy, though I can be wrong. Even still, that doesn't explain the glowing red eyes though.
The glowing red eyes are so freaking creepy. I do know that certain animals' eyes do glow in the dark, but I don't know if any of them glow red. Also, can we talk about the shriek that it made before it ran back into the ground? I have definitely never heard a shriek like that in my life. Let me know in the comments what you guys think this could be. And if it was in your backyard, would you get rid of it?
A YouTuber named Battery Phil is exploring a cave in Jamestown, Arkansas, and taking a random video with a small keychain video camera. His friend once told him that he had seen a reptilian face suddenly appear in front of him while down here before, but Battery Phil doesn't exactly believe him. So imagine his surprise when he looked at this video much later and saw this creature looking straight at him. Look closely and you can make out the semi-intelligent gaze of a humanoid creature with a single brown eye, a flat nose, and a thin expressionless line for a mouth. It's there for only a moment and then gone. Of course, this could also just be a random rock formation that just happens to somewhat look like a face. I will say that the eye looks extremely realistic above all else.
That does look very realistic. I can definitely see how if you were down there in those really tight claustrophobic conditions and it's all dark and wet and humid down there and you're having trouble seeing, I'm sure if you came across something like that, you would definitely think it's some sort of creature or reptile. However, I do think it is most likely some sort of rock formation just because he is literally surrounded by rocks, and maybe what's happening is that the light is reflecting off of of them and making him think it's an eyeball when it's really just like a wet rock or something. But I would love to know in the comments what you guys think.
Bill Ryan is the leader of Project Camelot, an underground organization tirelessly attempting to uncover secrets on everything, from alien life forms to time control. Since Project Camelot encourages members of top secret government organizations to blow the whistle on the most sensitive of state secrets, you can only imagine how many people want Bill Ryan gone. That's what makes this interview so creepy. While Bill Ryan calmly explains the inner workings of Project Camelot, a shadowy figure silently leans into the camera shot multiple times.
That you can get kind of caught up in these questions forever and a day and never come out of that.
Some people believe that this is a shadow messenger warning others not to come forward with their secrets. Other people think that this is a sign of constant surveillance on Bill Ryan because of what he knows. I personally think it just might be the reflection of a cameraman's arm, but let me know what you think is going on with this strange background figure.
I'll admit, at the very beginning, it definitely did freak me out, but I just feel like if the government was really after him and surveilling him, we definitely would not be able to tell or see it in the back of some interview. I don't know, I just feel like the freaking government would not expose themselves this easily, so most likely it is just like the cameraman's arm or something. Either way though, I still would be very concerned for this man's well-being, considering he is talking so much about conspiracy theories and exposing everything.
A YouTuber named Richard205 Maria believes that some kind of advanced life form is following his every move, so he sets up surveillance equipment around his house. He finds this strange creature flying around his yard at around 6 in the morning shortly thereafter. The glowing all-white apparition looks relatively small and is so fast that the camera has a hard time capturing any details. We can vaguely see 4 humanoid limbs and perhaps a set of wings as well, though it's hard to tell for sure. It appears to fly headfirst with its arms stiffly sat at its sides, a strange characteristic for almost any creature of flight on this planet. I think there is a strong possibility that this could be CGI, but I can't eliminate the possibility of an insect, a reflection of light, or even otherworldly contact.
To me, that fully looks like a freaking bird. I'm almost positive that what's happening in this video is that the sun is so freaking bright that it's overexposing the bird and making it look like it's like glowing or some sort of orb or something. I feel like you can clearly tell just by the shape that it's a bird. You can see the wings and the little things that I think he's confusing for legs, I genuinely think is just the bird's tail. So I don't know, in my opinion, I don't think he is being followed by anything supernatural or crazy.
This video was taken in Miami, Florida during Hurricane Irma, which rocked the entire state in September of 2017. A YouTuber named Hollywood Scotty published this mayhem when he hears a booming roar and zooms in. It's hard to see anything due to the terrible weather, but he somehow manages to capture the gigantic black outline of a creature in the distance. The massive monster is apparently heading its way and appears to have huge limbs, almost like tentacles. There is a strong possibility that this is CGI, since something this big would have undoubtedly made the world news. On the other hand, large-scale events somehow go unreported all of the time.
If this was a gigantic creature just wreaking havoc on Miami, Florida, I can promise you, you would most definitely see it on the news. So I do think that it's pretty safe to say that what we're seeing in this video is potentially a really dark cloud, which definitely would make sense considering they're in the middle of a storm. I will, however, say that whatever that sound was, it was really freaking scary.
Jason Nilsson and his friend are walking along a path of frozen ice in Utah when they come across some kind of creature colony the likes of which they have never seen before. They appear to have a squishy, loose form, yet they show little reaction when touched.
Okay, touch it.
Oh, did you see it?
Slimy?
Yeah.
Use a stick or something. Gross. Gross.
Oh, weird.
What if it's like a disease?
The giant circular patch of ice has hundreds of strangely shaped egg-like objects melting deep into the ice, but I can't tell if these are actual eggs or maybe even some kind of larva. Whatever it is, the tiny creatures are neatly lined up in creepy, nearly symmetrical rows and not moving. Maybe they are either frozen or worse, still waiting to hatch. Nobody in the comments section has been able to properly identify what these things are, which makes me even more curious. I wonder if this really could be some sort of hatchery site for a rare species we have never seen before.
Can you imagine being on a hike with your friend and running into something like that? Right off the bat, it makes you think that an alien came down and just laid eggs on Earth. But in reality, it probably is the eggs of some sort of animal that are still waiting to hatch. And I have to say, they are very bold for touching that with their bare hands. Whatever that is, it could potentially be poisonous or something along those lines. Either way, it is a very wild discovery, and it's super cool that they filmed it. But alright, you guys, we finally made it to the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe. Definitely let me know in the comments which creature scared you the most. To be honest with you guys, that one creature that was just crawling on all fours definitely takes the cake for the scariest in my opinion. But I love you guys so much. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.